All right, welcome. Today, we're diving deep into the Buddha's original blueprint for mindfulness. We're talking about a technique that's, 2,500 years old? And it's designed to tackle this feeling, a feeling we all know but can't always put a name to. So yeah, let's get right into it. You know that feeling, right? It's this subtle background hum of dissatisfaction. Just a sense that even when things are pretty good, something's not quite right. Well, in Buddhism, they have a word for that, dukkha. And believe it or not, this exact feeling is what kicked off the journey of a young prince way back when. So this prince, his name was Siddhartha Gautama. And I mean, this guy had everything. He was born into just unbelievable wealth and was totally shielded from, any kind of suffering. But even with all of that, he still felt this inner emptiness. He just knew something really fundamental was missing. So at 29, he just walks away from it all. For the next 6 years, he goes to the other extreme, pushing his body and mind to the absolute limit. We're talking serious ascetic practices. But you know what? That didn't work either. It wasn't until he found what he called a middle path, this beautiful, balanced way between total indulgence and extreme denial, that he finally had his breakthrough. He attained awakening and became the Buddha. And for the rest of his life, another 45 years, he just walked across northern India teaching everyone what he'd figured out. So what did he discover? Here's the cool part. He didn't just find some secret answer for himself. No, he laid out a whole systematic, step-by-step training manual that anyone could follow. A direct path to freedom from that exact feeling of dissatisfaction that started his whole quest. So this manual, it's a famous text called the Satipatthana Sutta. You can kind of think of it as the original instruction book, the foundational document for all of mindfulness practice. And get this, in the text, the Buddha himself calls it the direct path, basically the most efficient, no-nonsense route to liberating your own mind. Okay, so what is this direct path, really? Well, the Buddha did something brilliant. He broke down our entire human experience into just 4 main categories, or what he called fields of awareness. These are the 4 places where we can practice paying attention. Just a simple, bare, non-judging kind of attention. So where do we start? We start with the most obvious, most tangible thing we have, our body. And the key here is this isn't about judging your body or trying to fix it. It's just about bringing a kind of curious awareness to what it feels like right here in this very moment. The practices here are pretty amazing. They range from things you've probably heard of to some really profound stuff. It starts simple, awareness of your breathing, your posture, sitting, standing, but then it gets bigger. It's about bringing that same awareness to everything you do. Walking, eating, even talking. And then it goes even deeper, with more advanced contemplations like breaking the body down into its components, or even reflecting on its impermanence. And all of this is designed to do one thing, to help us loosen our grip, our attachment to it. And I really want to stress this. The Buddha thought this first foundation was incredibly important. He didn't see the body as some distraction from the real work of the mind, not at all. He saw it as the foundation, the very ground where the mind could finally get stable and be understood. So, cultivating awareness of the body, it's the absolute essential first step. Okay, so once we've grounded ourselves in the body, we move on to the second foundation. This is mindfulness of something called Vedana. Now, this is a really key point. Vedana doesn't mean big, complex emotions like anger or joy. It's something way more subtle, way more fundamental. It's the raw, feeling tone that is present in every single moment. So, this distinction is absolutely crucial. Think about it. Every single moment, whether you notice it or not, has one of 3 simple flavors. It's either pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. That's it. That's Vedana. Our big emotions, joy, anger, sadness, those are the complicated stories and reactions we build on top of that raw data. So the practice is to catch the raw data, to notice the pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral vibe before our big story about it kicks in. And the quote here just nails the attitude we're trying to cultivate. When we practice watching these feeling tones, these pleasant, unpleasant, neutral moments just come and go like winds in the sky, something amazing happens. We stop reacting on autopilot. We can feel something pleasant without immediately grabbing for more. And we can feel something unpleasant without immediately trying to push it away. And that right there creates this incredible sense of inner space and freedom. All right, from feeling tones, we take another step in. we turn our awareness onto the mind itself. This is the third foundation, and it's all about observing our own mental states. It's kind of wild, right? It's like the mind is turning the spotlight back on itself, but with that same calm, non-judgmental curiosity we've been talking about. Now, the practice itself is really simple, though I'll admit, not always easy. It's just about knowing, without judgment, without a big story, oh, look, there's anger in the mind right now. Or, hey, right now there's no anger. We're not trying to wrestle with the anger or force it out, we're just noticing. It's like becoming a clear mirror for our own inner weather. And here's the magic trick. It's kind of a paradox. As the scholar Bhikkhu Analayo points out, the very act of just watching a mental state without reacting takes away its power. When you can just know anger is here, without feeding it with more stories or fighting it, you basically deactivate its emotional charge. It loses its grip on you. You go from being a victim of your moods to just being a calm observer. Okay, the fourth and final foundation is mindfulness of what are called dhammas, or mental objects. Now, this is where we kind of zoom out. We're not just looking at one feeling or one thought, we're starting to see the bigger patterns. We're looking at our whole experience through the lens of these core teachings. Like, oh, there's that old pattern of desire showing up again, or, I can feel curiosity arising. It's really about seeing what causes us to get tangled up and what leads to freedom as it's happening in real time. So there we have it, the four fields: body, feelings, mind, and these bigger mental patterns. But what's the secret ingredient? What's the engine that makes this whole thing work? If you look really closely at the original texts, it all boils down to one simple, powerful idea. And the clue is right there in the name, Satipatthana. Let's break it down. Sati means mindfulness or awareness, and Upatthana means something like placing near or attending to. So the whole practice is literally about the presence of mindfulness. It's about bringing your attention right up close to whatever is happening right now. But hang on, what does being present actually mean? It's not as simple as you might think. It's not some super rigid, narrow focus. Let's take the breath, for example. To know that your last in-breath was long, you have to remember the beginning of it, right? Even if it was just a split second ago. So our awareness has to include the immediate past. And think about this. When an instruction says to calm your body, well, that's an intention. It's a gentle aim toward what you're about to do in the immediate future. So awareness also has this subtle, forward-looking aspect. So here's the beautiful takeaway. Our awareness has this incredible bandwidth, right? It can hold the immediate past and the immediate future. But, and this is the key, the anchor, the center of gravity for this whole practice is always, always planted firmly in what's happening right here, right now. That's the real art of being present. Which brings us to the big question. Where does all this practice lead? What's the payoff? Well, the Buddha wasn't shy about it. He made a prediction that is honestly incredibly bold. He basically said that anyone who really develops these four foundations, who practices these ways of paying attention, could expect to attain final knowledge, complete liberation. And the time frame? He said it could be 7 years or it could be as little as 7 days. I mean, that is an absolutely extraordinary claim, and it just shows you the power he believed was packed into this simple practice of paying attention. So, I want to leave you with a question, inspired by the great meditation master Ajahn Chah. He had this beautiful teaching that our mind, underneath all the noise and the chaos, is actually, in its true nature, already peaceful and still. The work, he said, isn't about creating peace. It's about uncovering what's already there. So the final question is this. What happens when we stop struggling, when we stop trying to fix ourselves, and we just simply learn to watch?